So Rafter in front 5-2. During the break, Fur and I were talking about how well he's playing. We were saying this is ideal, this surface for him.
Well, I think it is, because the bounce is so true, and it doesn't keep low, which is why he actually doesn't mind too much the kicking serve, because he's got that jab backhand. But on grass, for instance, Henman's serve much more effective, the ball keeping low, skidding through to Rafter. It exposes his little technical weakness on the backhand side. So Henman might well do to keep up the slice serve to the Rafter backhand. Of course, it's a good thing to mix it up too.
Rafter serving for the set after 34 minutes. This is a prodigious performance, because I reckon Henman's playing as well in the last few weeks as he ever has in his life, consistently. Would you go along with that, Prue?
Well, of course, I didn't see him in Los Angeles, but played some good tennis here, and certainly at Wimbledon played wonderful tennis.
Sporting guy Rafter, and very quick to put the racket up to acknowledge his luck there. Three set points. In his life, Rafter won't have played too many better sets than that. Tim Henman, one of the most informed players in the world at the moment, soundly beaten in that set.
Yes, and the serving certainly belongs to Rafter, as does the returning. Henman comprehensively outplayed, volleying not too far apart. What Henman's got to start doing, I think, on the Rafter serve is trying to hit over the ball a little bit more.
Yes, good play. Top thinking there from Henman.
Well, I know one swallow doesn't make a summer, but it just shows really how the serenity with which Henman played that point. Looks so solid off the ground. Rafter, one can understand now, he should be full of confidence, should be middling the ball. And Rafter's certainly a very different animal from Guillermo Canas, who Henman played in the opening round. Henman was down a set and 2-5, would you believe? So he's got a bit of the Houdini in him.
He's not serving as big as he can, Tim. It's really not that kind of day. Apparently in Los Angeles he served once over 145 miles an hour, although even he was quick to say that he didn't think he middled it that much and was surprised with the gun, which he thought was a little off beam, but 142 he did take. So that's his quickest serve so far, 142 miles an hour, although on the readout there was one of 145.
142 miles an hour. You were telling me that's what you do regularly around the M25.
Quite. If I had Edmund's car, I might. Second double. Is his confidence beginning to wobble? This is a big point.
Certainly a side from which you've got to win your serve, because you can look up there with impunity. There's no sun. This is a must-win side.
Frustration beginning to creep in now. Another difficult game on his serve. David Felgate watching on. Nothing he can do now except hope. Well played. Massive point. And it's in the system to play those good points well for Henman.
Yes, and straightforward, hitting slightly around the ball. There's a bit of slice on that, and I think that's good tactic, good depth, pretty good speed, and he's always got some of the best volleys around to back that sort of serving up.
Well, any game at the moment is worth winning for Henman after the drubbing he got in the first set, and strong play there from the Brit, but still so much work to do. Almost unstoppable on serve at the moment.
Well, relying on that blocked, the chip service return, and as we know with Henman, that tends to be an unreliable backhand anyway. I really think he may try and hit the ball. Not easy, I know, on the first serve, but and not easy, frankly, on the second with it kicking up. But if he can just step in and try and drive the ball, hit over it, as Rafter's done occasionally.
More of those.
Change of shirt for Rafter. Many wolf whistles during the change of ends.
Sorry, mate.
Well, after trying a bit of variation, and Henman quick to seize the opportunity to play it on the forehand, where he's got, of course, more natural scope to bring the ball down.
Third ace.
Good variation. Henman, seeing the back bending, would have expected that on the backhand.
He's getting the rub of the green. Not that he needs it. Incidentally, I hear from court one there's been a nasty accident between Goran Ivanisevic and Mark Philippoussis. Apparently they're both going up for playing doubles, going up for a high ball. Went up for the same one, and these two giants cracked heads. Philippoussis has got a cut on his eye, over his eye, and Goran's being stitched up for a cut over the nose. Two giant logs cracking into each other.
Yeah, so Canadians would know all about that. That's really painful. Not only with the logs, but the sort of thing I suppose that happens pretty regularly in ice hockey. Well, Henman did well to keep his wits about him, because even though Rafter didn't make a particularly good chip, he's advancing. Henman's got to be aware of the man at the net. It's so easy to take your eye off the ball.
Not able to read Henman's serve at the moment.
I think just playing a rank bad game, because this is the sunny side. Rafter ought to be after him a little bit more from this end. And he's had 4 successive second serves. Rafter still in the doubles here with Jonas Bjorkman.
He could play his pal Mark Philippoussis with Goran, but it doesn't look very likely.
No, they're out of it, from all accounts.
Very solid game from Tim Henman, and showing Rafter it's going to be a lot more difficult to break him in the second set than it was in the first. 2-1.